Hi, I'm Muhammad Sadiq bin Kamar Bahrain. People call me Sadiq and I'm the Operations Director for Innoveam Sdn Bhd. So Innoveam Sdn Bhd is a Malaysian 3D data solution provider where we handle 3D data to help industrial players, industrial companies for their day-to-day business. And what we provide is we handle the 3D data and we can do the 3D simulation or we can create virtual reality, augmented reality applications, and the most important thing right now is the metaverse. So metaverse has been really popular in the past years, and what we provide here in Innoveam is the industrial metaverse solutions where people can collaborate. So far when basically before we use Zoho, the workflow basically we are using Microsoft Excel to track everything. But now since we have used Zoho for the past 2 years or so, and the workflow has been really it's been easier for me to track everything here, what's happening in the office. So the roles of operations director, I'm overseeing the operations, but with Zoho I can track better on the expenses on the Zoho people, where for the employee to track their off days and whatnot. So like I mentioned, we have not used any system previously for all our services. So when I get to know that we are going to use Zoho, so I was really excited because I know many problems will be solved. Because looking at the services offered by Zoho, there are so many things that are applicable for our company. It's from the Zoho people to the Zoho Expense and all those CRM, and also Zoho Books for finance and accounting. So it is easier for us, and I'm excited when we first met with Aplikasi, when they presented the Zoho's capabilities, and I was really looking forward to use Zoho actually. Before we use Zoho, my experience before we use Zoho, it was quite not really messy, but it was tiring to go back and forth to look for documents, to look for expenses, because we were using Excels a lot to do our trackings. And when we started using Zoho 2 years ago, so we can see clearly right now. For example, with Zoho people, I can track the staff on leave, because we don't have to do it manually to the record, because when they apply their leave, it will automatically appear in Zoho, and I just can click on the Zoho people, let's say, to see their balance, and I can do the tracking of the manpower actually. And for Zoho Expense, it is good for the finance team to track, to do analysis on the expenses, because you have the categories listed in Zoho Expense. So we know, and then in the Zoho Expense they have also analyzed and put in based on the categories or based on vendors that we've spent on, and we can see, we can do analysis, and we have the data analysis help us to determine our operations costs, our claims, the trend of claiming of the claims, the trend of our expenses. So that one is really helpful to the finance team, and of course to myself, and also the managing director, because when we do have meetings, we can present straight away. We have data. We don't need to do the population ourselves. If you are familiar using Excel, you need to do all those manually to get the data and whatnot. But now with Zoho Expense, we do just click here and there, and then we get the results, and also we can analyze the data as well. And in terms of for Zoho CRM, my business development team use it really extensively, and it helps them to track down all the business leads, all those potential clients and whatnot. So because again, you can track, you can look at it via online with clicks away. No need to go back and forth again. And for Zoho Books, one thing that I like is that it can link with our bank account, so we can do the matching or payment matching easily. And from Zoho Expense, so it links to the Zoho Books. So our finance team, our accounting when we do our accounting, it's much easier. They can extract the data from Zoho Books and do, of course, you need to go through line by line just to make sure what have been captured is correct. But that help us saves a lot of time when we want to go for financial audit. Again, in the Zoho, the most useful things that from my point of view is I like that the Zoho Expense, because you just need to upload your receipt, but of course you need to have a look to make sure that when they scan the receipt, the value is correct. Because sometimes you have the receipt that is not clear and whatnot. So that's why we need to, even though it's automated, but you need the human touch to look at it, just to ensure that the value is right. But then you can categorize every single thing, and this helps a lot. And you don't need to do all those receipt. You need to paste it on the papers and have a record inside files. So it's all online now, and with Zoho Expense, I really love Zoho Expense because let's say I've spent something and then I need to claim from the company, but then a few months down the road I need to look back at the receipt. So it's all just inside the Zoho Expense. I don't need to go back to find all those receipts, the physical receipt and whatnot. But of course, other features are good for us and helps us a lot along the way. Having said that, we are using Zoho on daily basis. So in terms of if I would recommend it to other companies or my friends and whatnot, yes, I would definitely recommend that. I would recommend Zoho, especially Aplikasi here in Malaysia. And because Aplikasi itself, they are very supportive. The team over there you can just do one call away or one WhatsApp away just to contact them, and they are responding really fast, really quick. And that is something that we as a client or we as a user look forward to, because there are so many features inside Zoho that sometimes we don't understand, and Aplikasi helped us a lot throughout our implementation of Zoho. And definitely it's recommended. I would personally recommend Aplikasi, hence Zoho as well. I think that's all from me. Thank you.